My family didn't just abandon me, they wrapped my abandonment in a lie of loving protection. At 17, I was summoned to the living room for a family meeting. My father looked grave, my mother clutched a handkerchief, and my older brother, Leo, studied the carpet with intense focus. Eliza, my mother said, her voice trembling with practiced sorrow, I have a severe respiratory illness. The doctors say the only thing that will help is moving to a drier climate. A special medical center there. My father cut in. We're moving to Arizona. It's all arranged. He looked at me, his eyes full of false pity. We can't take you out of school in your senior year. And the stress, it would be too much for you. Your aunt has agreed to let you stay with her until you graduate. It's only for a few months. We're doing this to protect you, sweetheart. It was a masterful performance. I cried. I hugged them goodbye at the airport. I promised to call every day. A week later, my aunt, whose kindness had evaporated the moment my parents' plane was in the air, I threw a duffel bag at my feet. This was your parents' decision, she said, her voice cold. You're on your own now. She handed me an envelope. Inside, a brief, merciless note. You'll figure it out. The illness, the move, the concern, it was all a lie. They were gone, and I had been discarded like a piece of old furniture. For 12 years, that note was the soundtrack to my survival. I slept on floors, worked dead-end jobs, and learned that hunger was a constant companion. My life changed when I landed a job as a busser at Aria's, one of the city's most exclusive fine dining restaurants. I was invisible there, a ghost clearing plates, but I watched everything, especially Isabel, the head sommelier. She was a legend in the industry, a woman whose palate could detect the slightest flaw in the most expensive wines. She was terrifying and brilliant. One night, a server accidentally dropped a tray, breaking a bottle of wine destined for a VIP table. In the ensuing panic, a junior manager tried to replace it with a similar, but much cheaper, vintage. As I passed with my bus tub, I caught a whiff from the decanter. That's not the 82, I muttered to myself. The smell of Cabernet grapes, too young, too jammy. Isabel, who seemed to have supernatural hearing, froze. What did you say? She demanded. Terrified, I repeated my observation. She took the decanter, sniffed, and her eyes widened. She dismissed the manager with a look that could curdle cream, and then turned her piercing gaze on me. Who are you? She asked. That was the beginning. Isabel saw something in me, a raw, untrained talent. She took me under her wings, giving me books to read, letting me taste the dregs of unfinished bottles, grilling me mercilessly on regions and varietals. I worked harder than I ever had in my life. I got certified. I moved from busser to server to apprentice sommelier. My palate, once a curious anomaly, became my greatest asset. Years passed. I became a renowned sommelier in my own right. And with Isabel's blessings and a loan she helped me secure, I opened my own place, Vero, an intimate, exclusive wine bar. Success, when it came, was swift and overwhelming. A feature in Asterisk Vine and Table Magazine Asterisk called Vero the best new wine destination in the country, praising its brilliant young owner with the mysterious, self-made story. The article included a photo of me, smiling, holding a rare bottle of Burgundy, and my family saw it. The email from Leo arrived a week later. Asterisk Eliza, it's me. I saw the article. I'm so proud. We need to talk. Asterisk against my better judgment, I called him. The story tumbled out. The illness was a lie. My father had sunk all their money into a get-rich-quick real estate scheme that had imploded. They'd moved to escape creditors. Now, 12 years later, the money was gone, the scheme had failed, and they were broke. Then my mother called, her voice once again trembling with manufactured tears. Eliza, the stress. My illness, or it's coming back. The doctors don't know if I'll make it. She paused for effect. Seeing you again. It's the only thing that could give me the will to fight. I told her I was sorry she was unwell, but I wouldn't be sending money. The attack came on a Friday night. My father, dapper and charming as ever, walked into my packed wine bar with 2 other couples. He made a grand show of ordering the most expensive bottle on my list, a 1990 Chateau Margaux. I served him myself, my hands steady, my face a mask of professional calm. He swirled the wine, sniffed it, and then, loudly enough for the whole bar to hear, he declared, "This is off. It's corked." Or worse, it's a counterfeit. A hush fell over the room. My high-end clientele, the collectors and connoisseurs whose trust was my entire business model, all turned to look. I calmly took the bottle, poured a small amount into a fresh glass, and assessed it. It was perfect. Sir, I said, my voice clear and steady, the wine is in perfect condition. Perhaps your palate is having an off night. I refused to refund him. Humiliated and furious, he stormed out. But the seeds of doubt had been planted. When public humiliation failed, he turned to bureaucratic warfare. A week later, I received a notice from the State Liquor Board. An anonymous complaint had been filed, accusing me of selling illegal imports and serving minors. My license was suspended, pending a full investigation. It was a death blow. An investigation could take months, and the accusation alone could ruin me. I was spiraling, thinking my life was over for a second time. When my phone rang. It was Isabel. I heard what happened, she said, her voice like iron. That contemptible man. Don't worry, Eliza. The family you chose is stronger than the one you were born into. I'm making some calls. Isabel, now a titan in the wine world, did more than make calls. She wrote a scathing editorial in an industry-wide publication about the weaponization of liquor board complaints. She rallied a dozen other master sommeliers and vintners to write letters to the board on my behalf, vouching for my integrity. She exposed my father's lies for what it was, the pathetic, vindictive act of a failed grifter. The final piece came from Leo. Disgusted by my father's attempt to destroy me, he emailed me a file. It contained documents from my father's original failed real estate scheme, proving he had defrauded his investors. I can't be part of it anymore, he wrote. Do what you want with this. Be free. I didn't want revenge. I just wanted it to be over. I forwarded the file anonymously to a financial crimes reporter. 2 months later, my father was arrested for fraud. My liquor license was fully reinstated with a formal apology from the board. The night my bar reopened, the place was packed with supporters. Isabel was at the corner table, holding court. Leo and his wife, Jenny, were there too. He had separated himself from our parents completely and was trying to rebuild his life honestly. Our relationship was new and uncertain, but it was there. I stood in the center of my beautiful bar, surrounded by the warm buzz of conversation and the clinking of glasses. I raised my own glasses, a toast, not to a vintage, not to a region, but to the life I had built, the family I had chosen, and the simple, clean truth that, like a fine wine, reveals itself with time. I had finally, truly figured it out.